Good morning, beautiful students, and today we are going to be talking about some really important things. And I am calling today's video Defeat Your Defeatism and Secure Your Insecurities. So defeatism, where does it come from? That can take a long time to unpack because there's definitely childhood things that have happened to us that may have contributed to that. But I don't want to talk about any of that because that's for another day. What I really want to focus on is just the solution. So let's talk about this, how to defeat your defeatism. And that is be solution oriented. 2 words, solution oriented. What does defeatism sound like? It sounds like giving up. It sounds like when you're responding to something or talking to somebody, you're already putting in it that you didn't get what you wanted. And the way that you get rid of that is to become solution oriented. So a lot of people will just naturally default on the problem. They default on what they're not getting or the thing that's not working for them. And instead, what you do is focus on the solution. So instead of reaching out to somebody with all these defeatist things that didn't happen, you reach out telling them what you want, what's not happening and what you want. Really simple. And this also minimizes the amount of talking and communicating that you need to do when you simply just go straight to what you need the solution to be. If you're after something, this is what you're after. How can I make that happen? Here's the problem. This is what I want. Instead of,
I'm not going to do this or that because this didn't work out for me and this is a problem and this is why I'm deciding to give up or not do this or that.
Defeatism is, just to keep it really short and simple, is giving up. And there may be all sorts of reasons that you come by honestly, for how you developed that way of coping with things. But if you want to have what you want in life and you want to be successful, you have to get out of that defeatist mindset where you just give up every time things get hard. And so the way that you do that is by being solution oriented. It's not difficult. It's literally just start putting yourself in the mindset of being solution oriented. So you understand what the problem is and this is what you want to happen. And you don't even have to have the answers, especially if you're communicating with someone else. Someone else may have the answers, but if you go to somebody and say, this is the problem that's happening and this is what I want to happen. Can you help me? Instead of giving up on your dreams or on things that you want for yourself, let go of that defeatist attitude by simply stating the solution, or what the outcome is that you want, and let other people kind of rise to the occasion to help you. Okay, now the next thing is insecurity. Okay, so if you feel insecure about something and you're going after something and you feel insecure, you feel scared, you feel like, hey, I don't think I'm qualified for this, great. You are in the perfect place, because every person in the world who is ever reaching for something higher feels insecure and feels like they are underqualified. This is nothing new. This is not something that is special only to you. Everybody feels that way. If you feel nervous and underqualified, that is the perfect place to be, because that means that you are reaching for something that before has been out of reach for you. And let me just say, when it comes to looking for a job, when you see things that say all these qualifications of what they want you to have in this job and you don't have every single one, but you have a lot of them, go for it. Don't say, oh, well, they want this, and that, and so I'm not going to apply for it, because that's kind of you just giving yourself an out to not feel scared or nervous. What people put on their job descriptions is what their perfect candidate will be. Well, guess what? I've had perfect candidates, and then when they showed up, their personality was completely wrong, or they didn't look the part at all. There was something completely off about the fit for them as the person that they were versus what they were on paper. And that's just a reality. So an employer or something that you're going for, they're going to say that they want the perfect candidate, but they also know that the perfect candidate is usually not out there, and they're willing to train people on the things that you don't have. So don't let yourself off the hook. If you're nervous, if you're scared, if you're saying to yourself, I don't know if I'm qualified, but you know you have some of those qualifications, go for it and don't give yourself the out, because the way that you stop being insecure is by going for it and then getting the opportunity. And once you get the opportunity, someone trains you on certain things, you learn a skill, you learn more, you feel less insecure later, right? But you're gonna feel insecure until you're trained and given the skill in something else. We don't all just arrive and start and, oh, hey, I have a business and all this other stuff. No, it doesn't work like that. You're definitely going to feel insecure about stuff. You're going to feel nervous and scared. And if that's you, that is the absolute right place for you to be. And if you're telling yourself that I'm not qualified, so I'm not going to go for it, that's just you making an excuse to not feel scared and nervous anymore. And what you should do, well, I don't want to shit on you, but I guess I will. Go for it. Just throw your name into the hat. Don't be worried about all that other stuff, because at the end of the day, if you applied for something that you were underqualified for and they don't call you, they don't call you. There's no harm, no foul. Who cares? They may have looked at it and said, oh, they don't have this, this, and that, so I'm going to pass. But there are people who are going to say, oh, well, this person has an interesting resume, or they have interesting background. I like what they're all about. I like their resume. They don't have certain things, it seems, but they're willing to train people that they really like. And an example of this is that at one point in my life, I was up for a job where both of us worked for the company, but I had only one lower position, and I did not have the program director position, which was the next level up from what I already was at. And I was in competition with that person, one person who had already been doing that position, and she was trying to transfer into a new city. And here I am, I'm already there, and I have the lower position, and I was competing with someone who already had all the knowledge that they needed. But guess what? They gave the job to me instead because they liked me as a person and they knew how fast I was at learning. So was I underqualified when I applied for it? Yes. Was I competing with other more qualified people? Yes. But who got the job? I did. Why? Because I threw my name in the hat and I didn't care. I made it known that that was what I wanted, and I made myself available for them to talk to me about getting what I wanted, right? And I felt nervous and insecure about it, but I still went for it. And so that's what I'm telling you today is go for what you want. Don't let your insecurities or your fears or your nervousness talk you out of doing something that you know in your heart is the right thing to move forward. Because in life, in everything, you have to be solution oriented and you have to go after what you want or nothing happens. If you are stagnating or if you are always giving in to not putting yourself out there, not ever feeling a fear or nervous or insecure, then all that means is you're being stagnant. And stagnant goes against nature because nature is always blossoming. It's always moving into the next season, and so should you. Okay, you guys, that was this week's Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you had fun. I hope you like and subscribe. Ring the bell so you know when I am going to post another video, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye.